dissatisfied with the Court of Appeal's decision, Adamu took his case to the Supreme Court of Nigeria, the highest court in the land. His lawyer argued that the prosecution had failed to prove Adamu's guilt beyond reasonable doubt, citing the testimonies of PW3 and PW4, who had mentioned that Adamu had a history of mental problems. He prayed the Supreme Court to set aside the lower court judgment and acquit Adamu on the grounds of insanity. The Supreme Court in its judgment noted that it was not in doubt that Adamu was the one who killed his stepmother, but as to whether he did so under a sane mind is what to be determined. From the evidence of PW3, the court discovered something unusual. First, before the incident, Adamu came back from Abuja and started beating his sister without any reason. Secondly, after killing his stepmother, he was found outside licking the blood on the knife, saying Allahu Akbar. Thirdly, Adamu did not run away or go into hiding after committing the act, rather he was found outside and arrested by the police. The court noted that all these appear rather unnatural and may only show that Adamu, even though he actually did the act, may be incapable of knowing or comprehending the actual nature of the act, or that it is contrary to the law. The court also reasoned that despite the act of Adamu throwing the knife into the latrine, which ordinarily suggested that he knew what he did, yet, he was again the person who without being forced led the police to the latrine to recover the said knife. The court also noted that the evidence of the Adamu's misbehavior before and after the act complained of should be a defense the court of trial was duty-bound to consider, even though not directly put up by Adamu as a defense. The court held that by the evidence of PW3 and PW4, who were prosecution's witnesses, who testified that Adamu has some mental problems, put the prosecution to the spotlight to prove that Adamu was in his right frame of mind when he committed the act. The court noted that the prosecution ought to have put Adamu under doctor's observation or that of a prison warder where he was detained pending trial, which would have helped the court to determine if Adamu have any issue of insanity. From the totality of records before the court, the Supreme Court allowed the appeal and set aside the judgments of the lower courts, and found Adamu not guilty by reason of unsoundness of mind. The court ordered that Adamu remain in prison custody at the pleasure of the state governor and undergo regular psychoanalysis at a psychiatric hospital until certified mentally fit by a psychiatric doctor to live in the society.